Hey folks, how are you? My name's Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, the Creative Course Collab, and the Creative Curiosities Paper and Notions Pack. I'm also a very proud member of the Crafty Bunch. And here today, we are having an event in the Crafty Bunch, which is so exciting. It is Crafter's Choice today. So I am doing something Halloween. Just want to spy my live here and sprinkle the love, y'all. Sprinkle the love. Get people into the Crafty Bunch. We want to have folks watching from there into the Crafty Bunch. So be sure to go and join that. I'm gonna switch my profile here for a minute. And hey, Mama P. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. I'm sprinkling some love and getting folks to go to the Crafty Bunch to watch there. Hold on. Now I've lost my live. Hold on. I don't. Well, I'm sorry about that. I don't want to share that. Hold on. I keep clicking and it keeps coming up that Phil Donahue, passed away. So that is, it keeps coming up for me to share that. And while I do love it, hey, Grace, how are you? I remember the days he was on TV, but I don't really need to share his passing. It's funny how it just keeps popping up like that. Every time I touch my thing to share my live, it kept jumping to that. Ooh, I got a little static clean going on or something. Anyway, so today is Crafter's Choice in the Crafty Bunch. My name's Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, the Creative Course Collab, and the curator for the Creative Curiosities Paper and Notions Pack. Hello, if I'm new to you, I would love a follow, but stay in the Crafty Bunch because it's been an amazing day. I only missed one, and that was because I had a meeting. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get us going. So I have this board. I got it from Michael's. It actually had a Merry Christmas tree and it said Jingle Bells and all of that on it. I got it like for 90% off at Michael's. And so we are going to take it from Christmas to Halloween. We're going to do Halloween. So I have these beautiful decoupage papers. I am a seller for Decoupage Queen. And if you're not familiar with that company, it's a company that Teresa Renee runs and owns. And this is actually a piece of her art. This right here. She painted this and then turned it into a decoupage paper. We're going to use this amazing background with it. I have 2 sheets of that because I think for what I want to do, I'm going to need 2 sheets. And then I have this raven from Edgar Allan Poe, Nevermore, that we're going to sprinkle in some stuff. Hey, Roberta, how are you? Country Chic Boutique. Okay, so we're going to decoupage this on, but first I want to wrap this. And so I want to have this kind of wrap around and be in there. And so we're going to kind of work on that for a minute. I don't care if it goes around like to this side. I don't care about that. I can just paint that black. But we're going to put this on here. And we're going to wrap this. And I think that's how I want it to go. Just like that. And have the stripes go this way. What do y'all think? Go that way or go this way? I think this way makes more sense to me. That's what I seem to like. So we're going to go with that. Probably need a little bigger scissors here. I'll only be here all day cutting, but that's okay. We'll just cut it. so I can line it up. And then we will piecemeal it. We're going to do some fancy decoupaging today, okay? Are y'all with me on fancy decoupaging? Who likes fancy decoupaging? We're going to do some fancy decoupaging. Who likes to fancy decoupage? Tell me if you like to fancy decoupage. So we're going to put like that. And then okay. All right, I'm going to have to do a little guessing. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Here. So I kind of want to see how far down I want this to come. And I'm going to have to just do a little bit of a guesseroo here. What I think makes sense. Okay. Somewhere like up like right there. I'm going to come across. Actually, I want this to be straight. So we're going to swap out here for a minute. And I'm going to grab this and make my life easy. Let's see. We're going to, this will definitely be faster. I let y'all see Christy earlier when she cut and it was crooked. I had to get tickled because Christy, girlfriend, we must be sisters because I can use one of these things to cut and somehow still manage to manage to, oh, come on. You cut perfect before. Come on. Don't do that to me. My blade is super dull, guys. I think it only cuts really good in one direction. You don't know about fancy? Oh, I know you like it. Fancy decoupaging is fun decoupaging. It's fun. Because you get to layer. And it's fun. See, look what it's doing. It's irritating me now. Come on, cut clean. I need a new blade, right? Be like, yes, you need a new blade. Yes, you do. I want one of those ones that have the bigger one. The one that, you know, you can actually hold on to. Not this little teeny tiny thing. That is so hard. Now, I want to go this way. I'm going to cut. I don't want to cut all the way. So I have to be careful here, guys. I'm going to cut to about right there. We're going to see how well that does. Oops, I just lost my little blade. It just fell off and kind of rolled across my studio. So if I'm going to need this again, I'm going to have to go hunting for it. So when I lay that in there, oh yeah, that's going to do well because what I'll do is we're going to cut like that, and then I can lay that down in there, and then this lay down in there. And yes, there's a separation. It's going to be okay. We're not going to worry about that. Okay. Yep. And then I'm going to cut up this line right here. So this is why I pulled two papers, because it's going to take two papers to do this. And it's probably not going to be seamless as I wanted it to be. Hey, Ann. All right. I could have come over even more, but that's okay. We're going to get this in, and then we're going to, probably should come in a whole lot more, but that's all right. This paper can move over too. So, okay. All right, let's get that down and let's get started and just make sure this is what we want first off. First off, let's make sure. Like sitting here trying to figure out something. Let's just go. My mathin' ain't mathin' today. So we're going. The math don't want to math today. But we're gonna fix it. Don't worry. You'll never know. You will never know when we're done. That it won't 100% intended to look exactly like it is how it ends. Because we don't let things like that. We don't let things bother us here. There we go. Push that in with our fingernail. Oh, I'm loving it already, even with that. And so we're just gonna match up how we want to match up. I think I can do just as well with the scissors. We're not gonna worry about crawling, getting all up underneath there to get that thing. I'll get it after my lab. Obviously, my lab was like, you know what? You don't need that. And just, you know, what was that thing? Do it live. Well, I can't help but get tickled every time I think about that. I think it was it Alec Baldwin who started screaming, just do it live? Probably. He probably has my patient level. So it's probably true. That's probably true. Okay, we're going to get that up there on this corner here. Oh, you can see me good. Good, good, good. I'm not going to worry about that. Just going to cut in a little ways there. We're going to have the exact same thing up in this corner. Again, we want it to look like we made it. We wanted it to look like that. So we're going to duplicate it. So when something messes up and you're like, oops, it's messed up. All you do is duplicate. We're going to work on this fall, Halloween piece. Who here loves Halloween? Do you love Halloween? Tell me if you love Halloween. Tell me if you love Halloween and if you love making Halloween stuff. Y'all, on Saturday, we'll have another event that I'm super excited about. and it's painting with us. Who wants to learn how to paint? It's painting with the Crafty Bunch. You're going to get on Wednesday, we're going to clue in as to what we're painting. All of us will be doing a different variation, but we will be doing kind of a similar subject, right? Similar subject. So just different variations. And there's right many of us in there. I think there's 6 who are going to be doing this. And you'll be able to paint along with us. Ooh, look. Now see, it's starting to look like we intended that to be like that. And then we're going to have this in here. And I've got that other piece to fill in any area we need to fill in, right? And see how pretty that's going to be. But that's not all. I'm just rushing right now to try to get everything covered. So we're just going to match up here. And we're going to come down this side too. And cut that. Something like that. Again, I'm eyeballing it. We'll fix it. This is going to be a little bit shorter, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe not. My neighbor's dogs. Y'all can hear that dog barking. It's my neighbor's dog. She has, or I should say they, a Great Dane. And he is a loud barker. I'm surprised Kai upstairs isn't barking too, because sometimes when he barks, Kai wants to get all excited and be like, well, if he has something to bark about, I have something to bark about. And they end up barking together. So, okay. Thank you for sprinkling the love. Thank you, Christy. I said, I think, you and I could probably be sisters, because I can use one of those cutters. I was just using mine a minute ago and still managed to cut crooked, even using one of those. I have that superpower. They say we're all born with a superpower. Well, that's one of my superpowers, is that ability to do that. Because, hey, Adora, how are you? Adora Creations. It's a little short, but we ain't gonna worry about it. It'll be hidden. We got fancy decoupage that we are doing. This is just the base layer. It's gonna be hidden. So we're fancy decoupage today. It's fine. That little bit ain't gonna make a difference. Isn't gonna make a hills beans difference. I'm just making it up. Okay. I'm just trying to use up a whole sheet before I go back and start to tear up another sheet. Do we have any Edgar Allan Poe fans? Fans of his work? I'm not really a fan of his work, although I do love Nevermore. I do love that. I love the crow. But then again, I love crows, so I love to see crows in my yard. They're fascinating birds. To me, they're fascinating. They're very fascinating to me. They're highly, highly intelligent. Hey, Judy, how are you? Hey, Kelly. Good use of your time. Yes. Okay. We can overlap that a little bit and you'll never know. Hey, Dee. And watching and working with tech tasking. That's good. You're like, come on, get my tech situated. You have to just love technical issues, especially when you're like got stuff to get done and then all of a sudden you're like can't get it done because technology isn't working for you today. Yeah, I know. We have one little piece and that piece is not going to be big enough, so but never fear. We will probably most likely use it because we're going to have pieces we have to fill in. So I do carry this paper. If you're interested on my website, you can go to my website, simplyflamazingart.com. You will see decoupage papers. You will see Decoupage Queen 2024 release. And you will find these papers there. These are all the release of the... I wanted to do something else. And I had pulled all the papers to do something else. Halloween related. But not this. But my piece of wood was way too big for my desk. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten it in the camera. I'm still gonna do it, but it's like almost 4 foot long. So it just would not have fared well. So let's see here. I want to cut down to about right there. Okay. I see where I want to cut down to. So yeah, it would have been a little too big. So I changed my mind and went with this instead. Okay. Probably should have done a little pre-prep on this other than just the board. Probably should have like pre-cut these, would have been a little bit better. Come on. Okay. Get you in there. Now I'm going to use this whole piece. I'm just going to trim off the edges around this. Hey Capri, how are you? How is your Monday going, guys? Y'all tell me out there, other than I know Kelly's is like, I've been dealing with technical issues at work, which is no fun, guys. when technical issues stop you from being able to do your job. It's no fun. Whoops. And we'll get this piece on and we'll worry about, oh, Michelle, thank you for sprinkling the love. We appreciate that. If y'all are not watching in the Crafty Bunch, go join the Crafty Bunch. It is free. You can find it. Just search. There's in the description, there's actually a link to it. And you can get to the Crafty Bunch there. Join it. It's free. There's all kind of stuff happening in that group pretty much all the time. I even share my lives into that group when I can. My 20-minute paint with me. And on Saturday, the 24th, from starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, you will have the opportunity to paint with members of the Crafty Bunch. It's going to be so much fun. We're all going to paint a similar subject, just our different styles. Some may be upcycling. I'm sure there'll be whimsical. I'm sure there'll be like realism. I'm sure there'll be all kind of forms. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look. You know what? Maybe maybe there is happy accidents in this world for real, right? Of course there was. Bob Ross said they were. Of course they are. I kind of thought I would fill in with this wherever there was white space. But now that I see it like this, I'm thinking I'm not going to do that, guys. I got another plan. Like another just thought popped into my head that I think will be amazing. Let's just see. If we decide to change our mind, we can. There's nothing ever. Well, maybe once we glue this down, it might be a little difficult. But always happy accidents. Yes. You're like, wait a minute. I'm seeing something that I'm liking a lot. I'm like, mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We'll put a coat of decoupage glue on top. You know, when you decoupage, you do the bottom, put your piece down, and then you coat on top. Not only does this help glue it and secure it, it also acts as a layer of varnish, a protective layer against your paper and whatever else you're going to do to it. And for this paper, or for this project, we're going to do a little crackle, because I think crackle would be fun. Okay. Just going to get this on. While this is drying, I'm going to grab some paint because I have an idea. Okay. I'll let that dry. Make sure I don't see brush strokes. I don't like it when I see brush strokes in on my pieces. So I just come back really lightly, pull all in the same direction, and just clear any kind of brush strokes out of the way. Very light touch when you do that. All right, I think I'm not really done with the decoupage glue right yet, but I am done for right this minute. We're going to put Nevermore on there, but I need to put the black in first. I brought my white paint over here. I did not bring my black paint. I wasn't planning on doing this, guys. I had a different plan. Ugh. Grab my black paint. You ask about Edgar Allan Poe. We studied him in school and took a field trip to the Poe Museum in Richmond. Yep. I have not been to the Poe Museum in Richmond, but you know, he went to the University of Virginia. Edgar Allan Poe did. And in the old dorms that kids still today stay in, like the original dorms, that the students like occupied today. Of course, they got fancy dorms too, but some choose, like, it's highly sought after to be in these original dorms that are part of like the rotunda, but for the kids that stay in those, there's actually an Edgar Allan Poe room in there. That is what his room looked like when he stayed at the University of Virginia when he was studying. So you can actually tour and see his room in the University of Virginia, which is pretty cool. Look how cool this is going to look. And I'm just like tapping in paint, guys. I don't care if it's 100% even or not. It doesn't matter to me. In fact, the more it's not, the better it is, because we're going to come back and do something else on top of this. And that's the reason I don't care if it's painted 100% or not. I just need black paint down. And I don't care if it's like even or not. In fact, I would rather it not be than me try to make it even. Because I got something fun I'm going to put on here. I got to get the Nevermore on there first, though, because then I'll need to work this other stuff around this. And then we'll do the crackle. If we feel we need it. I don't know. We might not need the crackle. We'll see. We'll see. We may already have it cool enough by the time we're done that we don't even need the crackle. But look how that's looking. It's looking amazing. Even if I say so myself. Where did I do my top? Oh, here it is. I'm like, where did I put my top? All right, let's try this. Now I'm going to go around the edges and paint the edges black also, but I don't want to spend time with you painting the edges of this black. So I'll do that after the fact. I want to spend time with you doing the cool stuff. We got a little lift right there that I'm going to have to take care of. I'll show you what we're going to do for that. It obviously didn't get enough glue. I think this board is like a 12 by 16. So you could put this on a, I'll measure it and just to make sure, but I think it is roughly something like that. If I can see it. Yeah, 12 by 16. It's going to be a 12 by 16. Yep, 12 by 16. Let's go fall in the floor. I just want this paint to be dry as it can be. I've got something here called expand paste. I probably need to stir this because it's been in here for a hot minute sitting. I don't use this very much, but this piece just screamed for it when I saw this kind of basic like frame around this picture. So it's going to be like a frame within a frame, and you're going to see what I'm going to do with this expand paste. It's a pretty cool product, guys. Pretty cool. Now this you want, and in fact, I probably should apply it with not with a brush, but you want it to just be globbed on. I have used this before. Y'all will remember we did some, was it last year? I think it was last year. We did some sea stuff and I used this in those paintings and stuff. But you just kind of want it popped on there, blobbed on there. You got to work quick because it'll start drying on you. And in fact, I'm going to stop right there and do what I need to do for this, because you do not want this drying on you before you hit it with the heat. And in fact, be careful that you put your top on and then you hit this with heat. You missed it. What is that black you put on there? It's just paint. Just paint. And I'm going to turn this up to like 350. And as you get this hot, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It expands. How fun is that? You just have to be careful that you don't burn yourself with your heat gun, because you do have to get it hot. And the more of this you put on, the more it expands. And so that's why it's like I didn't care if I was a little like not totally square all the way around. Because I just want it to expand. And I can go back over anything that, like if it's too light, like right in this area, I want it to be a little bit more. If I have an area that is too light, I'll just clump in a little bit more. Hey, Karen, how are you? We're going to hit it with some expand paste. Or we hit it with some heat. Hit that expand paste with some heat. If I can get the words to come out of my mouth in the right order. As heat hits it, it will expand. And it'll stay that way. It won't go back down. So it's going to look like some tattered frame around it. Now, while that's chilling for a minute, I'm going to put because I don't want to run out of time and we need this to dry. I'm going to put the first part of this transparent gel. This is part 1 on our center here. It's going to be milky, and that's okay. That's what you want. Okay, I'm going to just pull some nice strokes all in that same line. Whoops. Didn't really mean for that, but that's okay. It'll dry clear. I'm trying to get this on so it's drying as we're moving on to our next step. You know, the fun part about this is I could take this and I can turn it into a beautiful tray. Just put some handles on it. Pour some resin in it. And this will be a cute Halloween charcuterie board. Resin is food safe, so, well, the resin I use, which is art resin, is food safe, or KS resin. I use one or the other. I probably would put KS resin in here because it's a harder resin. than the art resin that I use. And so, like, it's safe for hotter things. Like, you can put, you know, hot stuff on it without it having an issue. So we've got our first part of our crackle on. That's step 1. That has to dry and it'll become clear. I'm doing well. I'm doing real good. So that's going to clear while we're going to go back to our black, and we're going to cover all of this expand paste that we just put on. We're going to paint it black. Because we got other plans for this. Some of that's not dry yet. If it's not dry, you will punch it down. But if it's also not dry, you can puff it back up. So I'm not worried about it too much because I'm going to come back and add more heat to it. And that's not dry. It's okay. We got quite a bit down here that's not dry. Let me puff it back up. Me and my patience. Me and my patience. Are y'all like that? Like, okay. Me and my patience. Oh. I'm like, why isn't this thing doing? Because it went back to 270. Not hot enough. You got to be up at like 300 plus. There we go. Once it's dry, it's done. So if it dried when I was blowing it with too low of a heat, it's not going to puff back up anymore because it's dry. Yeah, it's dry now. Okay. That's all right. It's enough. It's enough. It's still enough that it's not flat. We just want it to be black and not white. Did I go the wrong direction with that thing? Every time that thing cut off, that loud thing. Hopefully it's not too loud on y'all. Okay. Now I'm going to dry this. I think I'm done with that. Other than the sides, and I can always go back and do that. Now I'm going to just dry it all because we're going to put the second part on What time is it? Oh, we got 10 minutes. It's good. And then while the second part is doing its thing, I will do the frame, and then we'll come back and see what kind of crackle we got. Oh, I forgot to put my Nevermore on. Whoops. That's okay. We'll put it on afterwards. I got an idea that I think it's going to be even super cool that I forgot to put it on. So it's a good thing I forgot to put it on. Again, another happy accident. Okay. While that's finishing that up, I grabbed some, I need it to be a little bit, have a little life in it. Just not much life in it. All right, that's good. Some pastes here. This is called Fire Gold. I kind of thought that would bring out that like vibrant orange that she has going in that decoupage in her art. Isn't that cool? I just knocked you off. That ain't cool. Needs to be a little bit drier, a little bit like, probably be good if I left it overnight, but I don't have overnight. Y'all don't want to be with me that long in finishing this. So just super light touches, Amanda. Don't go at it hard. This is a wax. Called Fire Gold. But you can kind of see all those little bumps and all of that. It kind of pulls from the picture a little bit. Aids in the picture. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this bronze, brass. What is it? Brass. Well, it says brass and bronze, so I don't know. You can decide. And this will help tone it down. And again, pull out more of that expand paste we put in there. I don't care if it covers up a little bit of the other or if it even mixes with, because you can mix these. That's okay. I'm happy y'all are enjoying this. Something maybe different. I don't know. Maybe you've seen something similar. I don't know. I love to do my own decor. I think I paid like maybe $1.90 or $2 for this thing at Michael's, 90% off. Okay, we got a few more minutes. Let's see about this crackle. Okay, let's put this transparent part 2 on. Did I already do part 2? No, haven't done part 2. I have to stop and think there for a minute. Now, part 2 is, oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say part 2 is much thicker. This is part 2. Yeah, okay. Seems like it was like, wait a minute. Some seems to be the opposite, but this is thick. And so this is actually a gel, and we want this to go on relatively thick. So and we'll get some nice crackle from this. Trying hard not to get brush stroke, not to get like stop and start brush strokes. We got 5 minutes. Okay. We got this. We're going to get that on. Again, it would be better if you just allow this to dry on your own, on its own. But we don't have that kind of time. So we're going to hit it with some heat. And we're going to get it dry in a minute. We got 4 more minutes. We want to see some crackle come in there. Oh, I'm seeing some crackle. We use that expand paste and got our frame around. How y'all liking that frame? And does it look like we messed up with the decoupage? I don't know. You tell me. Or does it look like it was meant to be? It was meant to be. Oh, we got some beautiful crackle coming. Dang. I got 2 minutes. Come on, get there so I can show the crackle. Come on, dry. Dry. Oh, you're dry. You're dry good enough. There's still a couple little milky spots, but they will go clear. They will go clear. You don't have to worry about it. It will go clear. I wish I hadn't shoved that brush down in that water so quick. I wish I hadn't done that. Let's see if I can get it to the point where I can still use it. Okay. I'll put this wax on. I'm going to wipe it off. And then where it doesn't really wipe off very well, because it's wax and it will melt, you can hit it with some heat, allow it to melt, and that will get down in that, because we don't want to cover a beautiful bird up. We just want to accent him a little bit, age him a little bit. Ooh, ouch, that's hot. Is that the right brush? No, this right brush. Okay, guys, I gotta say bye, but I will finish this up and I will post a picture in a little bit. But y'all go and you watch Roberta with Country Chic Boutique. She should be on right now. All you have to do is refresh in the Crafty Bunch and you will find her. Again, my name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. I had such a wonderful time with you all today. I will post a picture of this as soon as I'm finished. Have a great day. Bye.